Hello, everybody. My name is Mike in the dark. Um, there's just a couple of things I need to address this night. For starters, I am fed up of hearing people say that our government is the problem in Nigeria. I just want to make this video to let people know that the government is not the problem. Nigeria has a democratically elected government. This means that it is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. What do I mean? First, government of the people does not need explanation. But by the people means that the leaders are picked from within me and you. And the last one also, for the people, does not need explanation. Now, I'm going to stick with by the people. What this means simply is that from amongst us, someone is picked to lead the entire country. So what happens when someone from among us is picked? It could be you, it could be me, it could be anybody. But the fact remains that this person is from within us. Now, Nigeria's problem is the mindset of the people. It's validating things that are absolute rubbish. Start from our youth. Our youth no longer want to work hard to make a living. All they want to do is internet fraud and make quick money. And if you criticize it, they'll bounce on you. Our politicians are busy stealing money. But the fact remains that the government is not the problem. The problem is me and you, our mindset. That is the problem of Nigeria. What we decided to call the good and the bad is our problem in this country. By the time they select someone and vote them inside the office, the person will continue from where the last person stopped. And the cycle continues. The person will want to make sure that before their tenure is done, that they make so much money and loot so much money from the government. And this is why Nigeria and Africa is exactly the way it is today. You see, the average man on the street believes that should he be elected in an office, it is his time to loot, and nobody should tell him otherwise. Don't believe me? Go and check why Anambra State House of Assembly impeached ex-Governor Peter Obi during his term in office because he refused corruption. Now that brings me to some few individuals that might say, okay, I want to do things right, and then they get elected into the office. Let me use the presidency for instance. Politics is a complicated subject. There is no sense in politics, because for you to win in a complex economy like Nigeria, you must deal with corrupt politicians one way or the other. They would have one way sponsored your election, sometimes even rig the election on your behalf without you asking, because if they sponsor your election, they wouldn't want you to lose. So even without your approval, they can go and rig the elections just to make sure that you win that election and that they benefit from your tenure in the way that they are not supposed to benefit. All they want is kickback. So what happens? What happens is that a good person gets elected into the office, and the person is surrounded by corrupt politicians. There is so much you can do as a president, including you listening to this video. You could say, yes, it's his duty to make sure that everybody inside his cabinet is a trustworthy person, so on and so forth. But I am telling you free of charge, that is a mission impossible. Or should I say mission almost impossible, because I personally do not believe in impossible. So he selects people and put them in positions in their government, and those people mess up everywhere. Because it's difficult for Buhari to sit in Abuja and know what the NDDC chairman is doing in the office. It's difficult for him to sit in Abuja and know what the policeman in Ajegunle is doing on the street. It's difficult for him to sit in Abuja and know exactly what a lecturer is doing in Abeokuta. I'm not making excuses for anybody. I'm only saying that the problem of Nigeria is the indigenes of Nigeria, the citizens of Nigeria. We are the problem. I do not want you to forget my point. We are the problem. Because think about anything bad around you. Think about anything you can possibly think bad around. The bad roads, the constant power cuts. Think about the poor schools. Think about the poor healthcare system. Think about anything possibly that you want to think about before you can cascade it down to the presidency. Your brother, my brother, your friend, someone, your family, someone did not do what they were supposed to do, and they benefited from it. And in most cases, you tapped from these benefits and hailed that individual and praised them that they are doing well. That is why we are where we are today. So when you celebrate these individuals, to encourage them to continue what they are doing because the society accepts it, the allocation that is supposed to be used to do road, they do rubbish. Our brothers and sisters have accidents and die on bad roads. At the end of the day, they come back, build a house, buy fancy cars, throw parties. We attend and praise them. But when we see those ones that are working hard, we look down on them. Also, Similarly, you see schools, some of them, they have given allocation to buy equipment for the students, the principal, the vice chancellors. They use the money for other things, and then our school is in complete mess. The hospitals, the story is the same. Our people die every day in the hospital for things that can easily be maintained or cured, managed. But no, the people that we have been praising wants to continue impressing us. And at the end of the day, things go bad. And what do? We do not blame them. No, we do not blame them. We turn around and point our fingers to Aso Rock. My dear Nigerians and people all over the world listening to me, the problem is not in Aso Rock. The problem of Nigeria is the man in the mirror. Good night, guys.